Success in your journey to financial freedom is beyond being intentional, hungry, and charged up. It requires a commitment to regularly add your 2 cents until you get $1. If all you can do is take a step every morning, you'd have taken 365 steps by the year's end. The Virgin Group founder Richard Branson's story is proof that consistent, smart moves pay off in the end. But what do you think about mixing business and fun? Not cool? Well, it will interest you to know that Richard built his multinational Virgin company with adventure and fun as part of the core values. People that have been around him attest to his fun-loving personality. If you're new to the business world or just an individual determined to rewrite your financial story, it'll do you a lot of good to learn about Branson and glean a few things to apply. Let's take a deep dive into the Virgin Group's success story, how Richard Branson grew his mega brand, and his secret to wealth. Who is Richard Branson? Richard Branson is a British entrepreneur and business tycoon, the founder of the Virgin Group, which houses over 40 companies in diverse fields. Richard Branson was born in Blackheath, London in July 1950 to Eve and Edward Branson. As Eve Branson explains in the November 1987 issue of Inc., they were not one of those affluent families. The fact that we never had any money was a very good thing. Growing up, Richard was not one of those bright students in school due to a learning disability known as dyslexia. Branson dropped out of high school at 16 when he could no longer cope with his academic challenges. On his last day at school, his headmaster, Robert Drayson, told him he would end up in prison or become a millionaire. Today, it's hard to believe that his headmaster didn't look into the future when he said those words to Branson. Richard's business career. As of June 2022, Forbes disclosed Branson's estimated net worth as $4 billion. How did a 16-year-old dropout become worth several billion dollars? Branson's story will inspire you if you are just starting in business or you're about to launch your third company. As a 16-year-old dropout, Branson started his magazine with Nick Powell in 1967, titled Student, where he expressed the challenges of challenged students like him and his displeasure with the education system. Although it didn't do as well as he had hoped, it set the foundation for his success in the business world. Students made huge bucks for Branson in the 90s after he used the magazine to advertise some popular albums. In 1970, Branson started a record mail order business with his friend Nick Powell and called it Virgin because they were completely new to the business. As self-starters, Branson and his friend committed to the mail order business until it grew to Virgin Records with a record shop on Oxford Street in London. The success they were already recording spurred Richard and the team to create a residential recording studio to give musical artists a unique recording experience. They acquired a country estate north of Oxford and used it as their recording studio, which they called The Manor. Mike Oldfield's Tubular Bells was the first release for Virgin Records, and fortunately, it rose to the top of the bestseller chart. Next was the controversial Sex Pistols, and then the Rolling Stones, Japan, Peter Gabriel, Steve Winwood, XTC, and Paula Abdul. Virgin Records soon became the world's biggest independent record label. It was recognized for introducing music such as Faust, Can, and Culture Club to the world. As of 1979, Branson's net worth was estimated at £5 million, and a year later, Virgin Records went international. Virgin made a big leap into aviation. Born out of disappointment during his trip to Puerto Rico when his flight was canceled, he resorted to traveling in his plane and extended help to other stranded passengers as well. Launched in 1984, Virgin Atlantic was intended to provide a better experience to travelers. He purchased a Boeing 747 and started flying between London and New Jersey with entertainment, videos and live performances, low-cost, and round-trip limousine services as his competitive advantage. In a twinkle of an eye, the airline had the highest occupancy rate and greatest profit margins in the aviation industry with only 2 planes. It soon included more routes. From there, Virgin gradually expanded into sectors including telecommunications and media, travel and leisure, clothing, music and entertainment, financial services, and health and wellness. Today, Virgin has more than 40 companies operating in 35 countries and employing over 60,000 people. The largest of these are Virgin Atlantic Airways, Virgin Holidays, Virgin Rail, Virgin Retail Group, Virgin Megastores, and Virgin Direct. What's the secret of Richard's successful business? If you're watching this video, chances are you are keen on finding the secret formulas that Richard Branson used to grow his business to a multi-billion-dollar business that has gained global recognition. If that's the case, you'll need to pay careful attention to what I'm about to share now. Richard shared on the Virgin blog what he called his top 10 tips for success. You would have thought it's all money, 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 but wait till you see the 5th tip. First, Richard says, those people who spend their time working on things they love are usually the ones enjoying life the most. They are also the ones who dared to take a risk and chase their dreams. One question you might ask yourself is, do I really love what I do? Why am I doing this? In simple terms, what's your why? The truth is, if you wake up every morning doing what you don't love, it's only a matter of time before you get fed up. Lack of passion is a major deterrent to business success, so find your passion and seek a business idea in that line. If you're going to own an automobile company because you heard electric cars are going to be in demand in the next 5 years, great! It's okay to follow trends. But remember, some days you'll wake up feeling like a complete failure because things aren't going as planned. It might do you better to start a restaurant and bring in innovations if anything food excites you. You need a terrific passion to go far in business. Let it stick. The second tip is belief in your ideas. Branson advises that you should be your #1 fan. He asks a question. If you aren't proud of your idea and believe in your plans, why should anybody else? Think about it. If I came to you presenting what I called a $1 million idea and asking you to invest without exhibiting any sign of optimism, what would be your response? When you have a win-win attitude towards your business, it's easy to succeed because your energy attracts passionate people who are ready to run with you. Number 3, no option for quitting. Generally, this is a golden rule in the business world. You know, it's easy to believe that highly successful people like Richard Branson were born with exceptional wits, and so they knew the right steps to take. In one of his interviews, Branson disclosed that there were times when he felt like quitting. And if you must know, almost every successful person had this feeling at one point in their journey. This brings to mind the story of the legendary scientist Thomas Edison, who recorded 1,000 unsuccessful attempts in his quest to create a light bulb. This point has an obvious link to the first tip. When your why is beyond the monetary reward, it's easy to put lots of determined efforts into it. Branson sees business opportunities like buses. There's always another one coming. You should borrow that mindset too. Number 4, impact people positively. You might think this is off the point. What in God's name does being kind have to do with business success? Remember, investment in people is one of the greatest investments. Branson believes if you aren't making a positive difference in people's lives, then you shouldn't be in business. Careful research into many world's influential businessmen shows that they subscribe to Branson's mindset. The investor of all time and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett, founded the Giving Pledge alongside Bill and Melinda Gates in 2010. The idea behind the Giving Pledge is to encourage the world's wealthiest individuals and families to contribute to charitable relief. They were to donate the bulk of their wealth to charitable and philanthropic organizations, either during their lifetime or after their death. As of June 2022, the organization had 236 signatories, including Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, and Vladimir Putin. Truly, it's one thing to affect the world with great, innovative business ideas, but it's another to affect the world positively through an act of kindness. Here comes the great number 5. Branson says, have fun. In Branson's words, if you aren't having fun, you're doing it wrong. In everything you do, you should find ways to enjoy and appreciate your life. In his book, The Virgin Way, where he distills his business secrets, Branson called fun one of the underrated yet most important ingredients in any successful venture. His business story showed that the fun thing was not a mere idea, but one he practiced. As weird as it may sound, fun was the motivation behind one of his most successful businesses, Virgin Atlantic. In his early days in business, Branson talked the CEO of Virgin Music into using a third part of the company's profit to launch an airline because he believed it would be fun. Luckily, and with the support of Virgin Records, Virgin Atlantic became profitable within the first 12 months. The number 6 tip is to write down every idea and challenge yourself to them. Have there been days you swore you could be better than Thomas Edison or Nikola Tesla because of the quality of ideas that were flooding into your head? On such days, don't let your book and pen ever be far from you. Don't let any business ideas slip through the cracks. Always write them down and don't hesitate to try them out. You never know which will bring the breakthrough. Meanwhile, you may not find any serious-minded business person who doesn't have a book dedicated to business ideas. Number 7. Delegate Tasks. One grave mistake many upcoming entrepreneurs make is trying to be the jack of all trades, believing that no one can do it as well as they do. This is a tricky mindset because at first it may look like you're striving for perfection, but in the long run, you'll notice it's limited you in many ways. Truth is, there's someone out there who can do it much better than you. The world is full of talented people. Appreciate and take advantage of people's unique capabilities. Learn to put faith in people and watch them exceed your expectations. Branson adds that delegating tasks frees you up to plan for the future. Number 8. Go get success. We live in a world where you can have almost everything delivered to your doorstep. Common, the errand boy is always at your service. Unfortunately, success isn't one of those things that modern convenience is provided for. You have to step out of your comfort and go get it. Don't sit in front of your TV screen all day hoping that success comes to you. It's never going to come. Go get it instead. Number 9. Create the right work environment. Branson begins by pointing out the need for the right team. People who look for the best in others and love what they do. But it doesn't end there. You have to create the right environment for these sets of people to enjoy their work. Do not create a hostile environment for your team. Rather, an innovative and friendly environment that lets them grow while giving their best willingly. Number 10. Prepare yourself ahead of time for criticism. You know what? Some people will react to success by trying to hang on to your coattails. The best thing you can do is to not only ignore them, but to prove them wrong in every single way. Never let what people think or say affect you. Do your best to prove naysayers wrong. As an entrepreneur or an aspiring entrepreneur, aim for greater heights, but appreciate your current journey to stardom. In all your endeavors, remember that true success doesn't come overnight. More so, stumbling blocks are part of the process, and they have the potential to make you better.